Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again. I'm out here in the elements. Want to bring you close to nature. Want to talk to you straight up. Message live from station WEBM. Wonderful Eddie B. Marcus, operating smack down from the top of the sky, the spiritual realm, right to wherever you are. And I want this message to mean something. I want this message to do something. I want to confess. Most of you who have been coming up here in America are like people who are any place on the face of the earth. We are conditioned to be who and what we are. That's just the way it is. And it would take a miracle for our minds to change. And I guess that's what has happened to me, a miracle. My mind has changed. And by my mind changing, I see a beautiful America, a wonderful Minnesota. In fact, I see a great earth where all of the people populate. I see that the people have begun to see that the whole earth and all of the resources of the earth, whether it's in the earth, on the earth, above the earth, whether it's seen or unseen, all came from a power we can't see. And so rather than trying to mess it up, we just give that power God. That's what we call that power, God. And then we see all of us, human beings, in Minnesota, in the United States, all over the earth, because we come from all over the earth. And we are here, all of us requiring the same sustenance for survival, every last one of us. And the resources to meet those needs are here on the earth already given. The talents and skills and ambitions and desires and excitement to take from the resources and meet the needs of all of us. Rest in each of us, just a little bit of it. Just our portion. That's what we call having a career of your own choosing. And doing it. Engaging yourself. Making yourself a participant in the total package of creation by the hands of man. Making you part owner in all things that exist. You gave of your talent to bless the whole human race. That means everybody gave up their talent to bless the whole human race. And the human race must be blessed by the manifestation of what you put your hands to manifest. That's all. Now make sure everybody gets it. Anything that comes between that, any system, any new idea that causes anything other than all other people's needs being met is a corrupt idea from the pit of ignorance. I learned this some time ago. And so I had to withdraw my hands from out here competing against you, facilitating the system that denies the righteousness of life. And in the meantime, I've been sponsored by and taken care of by my wife. Many of you would call that sick. I call it sick. But that's how it's been done. And you can imagine what she has had to go through, because how many women of you out there would do that? So what would make her do that? Probably the same thing that makes me do this. We're committed to that wonderful, wonderful life that comes from the Spirit, that comes from that power that created everything, instead of being humble and bowing down to systems created by men. Being used to pacify their egos. I had thought that by now, all of you energized, aggressive, alpha males would have caught on to what's going on by now and use all of that which makes you so unique to change this thing. But that hasn't happened. We're getting deeper into this thing. And so I'm coming out and telling you, brothers and sisters, not just here in Minnesota, all across the globe, and should I say across the globe, we have the power to make this thing as beautiful as I just suggested it to you. And right now, my mission here is suggesting it to you and standing up at every turn that I get an opportunity to share with you where its meaning falls in what's going on. There are others who have gone further and started planning, dissecting how this society would operate, how beautiful it could be, and how more magnificent it is even yet to come. But it has to happen with a new way of thinking. And so right now, when we are faced in America with a person like we've never had in the White House before, who has shown us how low they can go just to have their way, then we can understand how low we possibly have already gone to create a society like the one we're living in. And to recognize that, to acknowledge that, gives us a cause to want to do better. And we recognize that just half-stepping is not good enough. It doesn't do anything but prolong an inevitability of us coming right back where we are with that same challenge. It's all or nothing. So I say right now, ladies and gentlemen, we've tried the stuff that leads to nothing. So why don't we try that which leads to all? Let us start doing unto others as we want others to do unto us. Let us recognize that no oil on the face of the earth, no minerals on the face of the earth belong for the profit for anybody to call their own, for anybody to sell and try to make money from, or anything except being used for the resources that are necessary in the creation of the goods and services so essential in the survival of every human being on the face of the earth. I command that by the faith of love itself. And anybody and everybody that knows love can't do anything but embrace it and give it support. And if you can support what's going on with Donald Trump, and a lot of you evangelicals are, a lot of you so-called good people are, loving people are going straight along with what he's doing, and you know every step he makes is on a false premise. This, my friends, that we be empowered by you, only this time you're doing it for the cause of humanity. Not just some, but for everyone. And your part matters. Can't do without it. And your peace, your prosperity, and your happiness is required that everybody else treat this thing the same way. Well, I want to leave it there. I want to thank you so very much for giving me this your time, for bearing with me with the elements. There's a big lawnmower driving by now. So I think I'll take this moment to wrap it up and go post it and say to you, all of you, men who don't have jobs, men who have families you can't support, women who got children can't live the way you want to live. All of those of you out there who look like your dream is gone forever. It has been, and it's on the path to be gone forever. But I want you to know that you can stand up. You can give your dream life. And when you stand up, you will find out that you are not alone. There are so many billions of us that's ready to stand together. They just need to know that we're all ready to stand. We don't have to say they are not going to, because we've made up our own minds that we are going to stand with or without them. And so I'm saying, let us stand. Let us stand for what is proper. Let us stand for what we don't have to bow our heads down to. We don't have to lie. We don't have to cheat. We don't have to steal. We don't have to come up with Ponzi schemes. We don't have to do any of those things. All we have to do is exercise our own gifts, which we have chosen to use, which are our greatest benefit, our greatest reward, making sure that all this other stuff that happens so wonderful and so beautiful, just cream on the top. Now, can Trump beat that? And ladies and gentlemen, this is the will of every last one of you. You've been taught to distrust yourself. Trust yourself. You want this, and you got to play a part in getting it. So when each of you trust yourself, everybody's trusted. So thank you so very much. Bye-bye.